Today is a very special video. Just behind me is Wembley Stadium, and this is the first time I've been back to Wembley since our cup final 2 years ago against Manchester United. Of course, with us playing Liverpool on Sunday, we have to go to Wembley early. We have to go on the stadium tour, we have to take it in, enjoy ourselves, and just slowly build into that game on Sunday. I'm looking forward to going inside, and of course, if you are watching this video after our cup final against Liverpool, this is what a Wembley tour looks like in 2025. Stay tuned, stay subscribed, and if you haven't already subscribed, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming content. Smash the like button you enjoy. Let's start walking over to Wembley now. We'll tell you a few things about it just before we head inside. Wembley Stadium, of course, is the home of our national team. Currently the biggest stadium in this country. That, however, is set to change as Manchester United have announced a new 100,000 seater stadium which will come into play over the next few years. But at the time of recording, Wembley is still the biggest we have here. As for the stadium tours today, I'm going to be going on a regular stadium tour which costs £25. Now, as far as I'm aware, a stadium tour for an adult at St James's Park, I think it's £30. So I actually believe the Wembley Stadium tour is cheaper than our stadium tour, which you have to give props to Wembley because, again, this is a football stadium in London. So we're going to go on a regular tour today. There are also other tours you can go on. You can go on something called a VIP tour. So they take you to some exclusive areas of Wembley which you wouldn't see on a regular tour. And it's also more private. You can go on essentially a one-on-one tour. So it'll be me and a tour guide, take you around the entire stadium, have a good one-on-one session where you can learn a lot more about the stadium. You've got more time to check out the things you personally want to check out. I highly recommend that one, and spoiler alert, we are going to see that on the channel this year. But again, if you want to go on a particular tour, the VIP one is the best at £75. But again, for a third of the price, you can't knock the value. £25 is pretty good to go around Wembley. I think it's a very good tour to do.
So that was England's third goal. The linesman said yes. The referee agreed with him. He said goal to England. But right now, I'm going to ask you all to be VAR experts and tell me yes or no. Okay, so hands up if you think the ball crossed the line. Hands up if you think the ball didn't cross the line.
I don't think it did.
You're an England fan.
I don't think it's decisive enough.
That goal probably shouldn't have stood, okay? That ball was 97% over the line.
Yeah.
But, two things. England would have won 3-2 anyway. There you go. And two words to you two. Frank Lampard.
Yeah.
Yeah? When it was in another postcode. Yeah? And the ball, yeah, there you go. And if you look above you, that is the crossbar from the 1966 World Cup final. The one that helped England win, that was used in that World Cup final. There you go. So that in the final, just before the game kicked off, the players walked out past this trophy. So if you want to have your photo with that, feel free to do so. And then follow me around to the green screens.
These are some of the various programmes they're showing through Women's FA Cup finals. Notts County was in one. How were Notts County in a final? That's mental. So these are some of the various concerts I had here. I was actually here for Harry Styles. I've seen that one. Day one, Harry Styles, Wembley pitch side. I was there for that. Haven't seen Coldplay before. Ed Sheeran's down there as well. You guys ever seen any of these at Wembley?
The largest stadium in the UK with 90,000 seats. We are the second largest in Europe behind FC Barcelona The Camp Nou, the new camp, however you want to pronounce it, has 99,000 seats. Although right now, it is a building site because they're rebuilding it to make it even bigger. So currently, you're all sitting in the largest stadium in the whole of Europe. There you go, at least for a few more years anyway. Now, this stadium holds 3 world records that no other stadium in the world can boast about. Not even the largest stadium in the whole world, which is, does anyone know? Anyone want to guess?
It's the one in North Korea, is it?
It certainly is.
Yeah.
The one in North Korea, Pyongyang National Stadium. There's 9 of us, there's 90,000 empty seats. How are we going to do that? Well, look behind you at the executive boxes. They all have angled doors on them, all around the stadium. And those angled doors means the noise you create bounces from one end of the stadium to the next and creates that famous Wembley roar. So after 3, as loud as you can, hello, Wembley. That's all I want you to say. You ready? You ready? Born ready. Fantastic. So 1, 2, 3.
Hello, Wembley!
What do you think? Like that was with 9 of you. Imagine 90,000.
There we are, got a bit of Newcastle United on the ball there.
So those 2 double doors lead out into the service road, where the buses, the coaches, the cars drop the stars off. And then about 2 hours before kickoff, the stars walk through here to the dressing rooms. The home dressing room over there, the away dressing room over there. We go to the dressing rooms a bit later on. But this is the mix zone, where the press stay and wait for the players, either before or after. If it's before a football match, the press are allowed to be here, but they're not allowed to ask any questions. Because imagine you just got off the coach. You don't want a microphone stuck in your face going, how do you think you're going to do today? You haven't scored in 10 games. Why are you in the team? You've been sent off 5 times this year. Have you got an attitude problem? No, you don't want any questions like that. You just want to focus on the game ahead. It's headphones, hoodies, all the way. After the game, however, you don't get a choice. If you're on the list of being interviewed and you say no to your interview, you get fined a portion of your match fee, okay? Because the press are here to do a job. So even if you've just scored an own goal, even if you've just missed a penalty, even if you've just got sent off, you don't want to answer any questions, you just want to go home, forget about the whole thing. No, because you need to help the press do their job. It's the same up and down the country, by the way, that will. But there's no press today, so just relax. It's okay. This at the moment, we're setting up for the Carabao Cup final on Sunday. Liverpool are facing Newcastle United at 4:30. And this is the branding for the Carabao Cup final. When England are here, we have the England branding because this is the home of England, men's and women's teams. And when the playoff finals are here, we are a neutral venue as we are today, leading up to Sunday. Anthony Joshua, the boxer, he's fought here 3 times, and all 3 times he would have had a press conference in this room. We welcome stars from around the world and journalists where you're sitting. So not everyone understands or speaks all the languages that are being used in the room. So we need a translation area. We'll get an earpiece like this, and up in that room there is the translation room, where the interpreters translate all the languages so everyone can just get on with their jobs. So that's the last thing you want, a mistranslation, which would mean a bad headline, which could mean you lose your job and they lose their job.
That's meant to that side, man.
개인용도 지금 어떻게 되는 거야? 뛰고 있죠. 다른
Because on Saturday we had the Sidemen charity match here, raising just over £4.5 million for charity. So the branding is the Sidemen FC. In both dressing rooms, we will be branding up each team's logos to make them feel like it's their dressing room. So on Sunday, Liverpool will be in the home end, this side, and Newcastle United will be in the away dressing room. It will look like Anfield and St James's Park has landed at Wembley Stadium to make them feel at home. Home team would walk through here, line up here, and the away team, yes, you guessed it, would walk through here and line up there. This is still the Sidemen charity branding. On Sunday, it will be branded up for Liverpool and Newcastle. But one thing that never changes is behind us there. That is the statue of Sir Alf Ramsey. He is the man who brought World Cup success to England in 1966. So Hamburg that side. Who do we want as my other captain? Does anyone want to volunteer to be a captain? Do you want to be a captain? Go on then, that's fine. There you go. So you're from Germany, you're from India, yes? So it's, I'm not doing Man United, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's got a good voice now, hasn't he? And that is what it's all about on Sunday. One thing you don't quite realise to your pitch level is how close the seats are to the pitch. Now, for me, I'm just there in that corner for the finals. Again, you can be able to see me well from standing here, which is impressive because every single seat in the stadium is close. It's very close to the pitch. And again, that's all that's going to be separating the fans from the pitch on Sunday.
So this is where the trophy presentation takes place. So the teams walk where you just walked and lift it. Now, lords, ladies, gentlemen, kings, queens, in-betweens, welcome to the Raw Box at Wembley Stadium. Yes, this is the most exclusive part of Wembley Stadium. This is the best view in the house. It's also the cheapest seat in the house. It costs absolutely nothing to sit here, but you have to be invited. You can't just turn up and say, I fancy sitting in the Raw Box. No, it's by invitation only, either by the royal family or the Football Association. I'm here to watch England-Germany in the men's Euros, and he walked in with his England shirt on. He got told he had to cover up his England shirt because this is a neutral area in the Raw Box. So that's why he looked, you can YouTube it, you can Google it, he looks a bit like a schoolboy who's forgotten his to get changed after PE. He's wearing his England shirt under his blazer. So there you go. Not even the Prime Minister of this country could get away with those rules. So I'm afraid, Adam, you're not going to get. Cardboard coffee cups and such like make up this line. This is made up of the metal from around the old stadium and other grounds in the country. And this one, this is my favourite, it embodies the old and the new stadium. The body is made up of the old Carlsberg glasses that were found around the old stadium's final match, England-Germany, and the main is made up of 2013 England programmes. And the plastic straws make up the little whiskers and the eyebrows there. They really are used to send the message that we are the largest stadium in the UK, trying to reduce our carbon footprint and be as sustainable as we can be. Lead the way in the fight against climate change.
Coming out of that Wembley Stadium Tour, £25 that was, 2 hours inside Wembley. I have to say, I did it 2 years ago, I loved it. I've done it again today, I've also loved it again. Big shout out to the tour guide. I'll not see his name on camera just in case, but You can see in the video, he's very good, very engaging, loves it. And as a tour guide, it's exactly what you have to be, because you have to be knowledgeable, and you also have to make sure everyone's enjoying themselves and are engaged in the tour. And Wembley, for me, in terms of stadiums, I think it's my favourite stadium tour. I'm not sure what I would say it's my favourite football stadium tour, because, for example, I've done Barcelona Stadium Tour, the new camp, way more trophies there. Historically, in terms of club football, one of the most decorated clubs in the world. Wembley Stadium I like more because of our sports, the concerts, all the different sports are going to Wembley, and because of the fact it's a national team stadium, there's so much history and so many events on at Wembley where it's very engaging just to look at everything. You learn something new every single time you go in there, and that's how much history Wembley has. So for me, it is my favourite stadium tour to do. Not sure it's my favourite football stadium tour, however. But I hope you guys have enjoyed it anyway. The transition from the Sidemen charity match going into the Carabao Cup final, we've seen it in there. I mean, what a mental transition that is, from I Show Speed, KSI, to Alexander Isak and Mohamed Salah. Willany is on the wall in there, and it's going to be going from Willany to Tonali. I mean, that's I can't believe that's real, but that's real. And Sidemen, of course, raised over £4.5 million, I believe it was, for charity, which again, mind-blowing. But coming out of this tour, enjoyed it a lot. That's the £25 tour. We are going to come back and we're going to show you at some point what the £75 VIP tour in 2025 looks like. Take care. See you all in the next one.